you made any changes in the last year that really helped, or that you would maybe do differently, like happy hour promotions, or?
Dine About Town is a 2-week January promotion from the Convention Bureau, and it drives a lot of traffic. Basically, you offer a prefix menu, and they promote it. And they do it for 2 weeks in January and then 2 weeks in June. It is it's very popular. And last year in January, it was so popular at lunch that we just decided to continue it and not call it the Dine About Town menu, but we just called it our lunch prefix menu, the chef's menu. It's 3 courses and it's $21 or something, $22 I think. And it probably represents about 20% or 25% of what our guests are buying. So it's, you're not listening to this, are you?
I am. I'm taking notes on you, Bob. Give me some tips.
No, it's been very well.
I already got a whole new thing.
It's
get out of your cubicle, come into lunch. Thanks, Bob.
The prefix menu at Lunch at Coetus has been very well received, and we have a lot of fun with it. So it's a great value for our guests, and it allows us to veer off the menu, cook seasonally, take advantage of what's on. We can change it weekly. There's no rules. It's a separate piece of paper, and it's a lot of fun.
We found with promotions like Dine About Town and Travel Zoo, they definitely bring business. The question always is whether that's going to be lasting business. And in the case of Dine About Town, it makes sense for us because it doesn't affect our profitability much. In fact, the Dine About Town menu is a little bit more expensive than a prefix menu that we always offer. So we're always happy to participate in Dine About Town. But promotions that we're seeing a lot of, like Groupons, Travel Zoos, what we found and what has been supported by other studies that I've read too is it brings in a value-oriented guest that is not likely to return. It brings them in massive numbers, so frequently restaurants aren't prepared for the volume of people that they come in, so the restaurant might not be able to deliver on their normal experience. And then the staff ends up upset because these value-oriented guests don't tip as well. So that's not everybody, but that's just what we've found. So we are opting out of hopefully all of these moving forward. They just, a couple of them that we've done haven't made any lasting impact. And we're able to track this with OpenTable. We're able to see which guests came for a specific promotion and whether or not they returned.
I have one comment. I just came back from Asia and I noticed that the proliferation of the Groupon was even prevalent in places like Japan, but I found it interesting that instead of offering a prefix menu to lure in the diners into the economy, that most hotel restaurants and restaurants in general are offering 2 hours of all-you-can drink in order to supplement their income with as much red, white, and sparkling wine you want to drink versus a whole meal, and that drives in a lot of traffic too.
Okay, get them hammered, not fat. Good plan. Okay. How about banquets? Are you seeing a different change or a change in the requests as far as breaks and what they're serving? I know we have this lovely spread outside of coffee and rolls, but have you had some different requests that maybe you're paying attention to how you approach banquet service?
Yeah, it's a little more asking for smoothies, wheatgrass shots, more power bars, less cookies.
Same with us. I talked with our events director before coming, and she says that organic is important, but healthy is more important for these people, especially for corporate clients that are having meetings. If you give them some heavy, fatty sort of lunch, they're going to be falling asleep in the food coma when they come back into the meeting. So afternoon breaks, they want things that are healthier options, but they also want it to be value-oriented. So.
I think there's been a lot of cutbacks at the corporate level with budgets and what can be spent on corporate parties. So that's one of the things that we've noticed is that we work really closely with the event planners for large corporations that still want to have an event, but they've been told by their board of directors that they can't do a sit down, or they have to limit it to X amount they can't exceed a certain dollar amount per person. So they're, it's the economy that is driving this, and but that's how we've noticed it, and so it just makes us be more creative and more personalized with the clients in terms of getting them in and making them happy and not losing that event. And then, our hopes are that the economy will improve and they'll remember what a great job we did for them, and then they'll come back. And so, that's our strategy.
I had a comment going back to the gluten issue. I spend more time in front of the restaurant than in the back, and I don't find anybody requesting gluten issues for training purposes. I find people with celiac disease and real concerns for their diet making that request. My wife has celiac disease, and if she gets even the slightest amount of gluten, she can have a very violent reaction. In the long term, it destroys the cilia in the intestines, and they virtually promise you cancer if you're not detected for celiac disease. I don't hear anybody here saying that you don't believe it, that it doesn't occur, but I thought I noted a kind of a suggestion that there were more people that were trained than otherwise, and I think that's sort of a dangerous tack to take, because the people in your kitchen aren't going to realize that when those croutons go on a salad, you've got to replace the salad, not just take the croutons off.
We take it very seriously. I don't want you to misunderstand that. If you haven't really heard people just doing it because they want to stay thin. If someone comes in, and actually when we take a reservation, we ask if anyone has any allergies. If you're a walk-in guest, we expect that you would inform us if you had any kind of allergies, whether it's celiac or shellfish. But we do take it very seriously. We actually have cards, and through Open Table, we print out a ticket that states whatever your allergy is, and we go through it at lineup every day before we open. So we do take that very seriously. It's a very serious disease, but there are people that I personally avoid carbohydrates and treat them as a treat because as a weight thing, But no, I don't want you to mistake that. We take it very seriously, and it's a horrible thing.
Yeah, in our experience, it's just been that it's a very legitimate concern with everybody that we've encountered, and we do have people who seek out our restaurant because we advertise that we have gluten-free products.
What restaurants is it?
It's the Delta King in Sacramento.
Excuse me.
No, okay.
I didn't intend to suggest either that it's not a legitimate disease. I realize it is, and regardless of anybody's opinion of an allergy, if it's a stated allergy, and I've seen many different types of allergies, we take it very seriously if it's printed on the ticket. We had somebody come in the night before last that had anaphylactic reaction to 30 different things, probably. And a lot of them were really common. So, we do what we can to get an order from them ahead of time so we can make sure that it's specially prepared. But, we've just seen the volume of gluten-free requests increase probably tenfold at least. So either there's a spike in these diagnoses, or perhaps as Jen suggested, it's people that are looking to stay thin. I'm not.
Okay, I just want to thank all of our panelists. I think this was very early, but a very good discussion. I think we had some really good points made. I hope you all feel really happy with things that you heard today. So thank you.